Okay, good morning and welcome to Mo Knows, featuring me, Monica Mo Justice. Now ugh, this was brutal. Let me see how I did this. I had too many things going on this morning. Let me do a mic check. Okay. We got sound is working. Go Momo. Okay. We got chat up. Ooh. Everything's going. This is getting better. I only need this if I need to hear some shit. Okay. Some stuff. All right. Good morning. It is Wednesday. It was not my goal to come to you so late. I planned on coming earlier on the West Coast time. Cause I figured, I really wanted to disrupt some sleep. Shout out to my number one fan. It never rains in Southern California. You know who you is. Go girl. And to my number 1.5 fan, Smedium. As you could see from the thumbnail, we are about to do some damage this morning. Reclaiming the truth. Because some stuff popped off yesterday and I was sitting there like, really? I cannot believe it. So I believe I said hello to everybody inside of the chat. Your shout outs is when you see your name appear up there on the screen, because I have chat etiquette. But do remember, do drop in. If you are a subscriber, you're welcome to talk inside of the VIP section, which is our comment section. While we're live, the live chat is for subscribers only. And we have a 5-month minimum here, so you should have been with me for the past 5 months. If by hook or crook you want to get up in here, you might be able to send me an email at mojustice72@gmail.com and let me know when you subscribed, and I'll take it under advisement. I know I received a request from somebody who subscribed in December, but I felt like for this live, I needed to go way back. I needed to go way back. 3 months wasn't good enough. 2 months wasn't good enough for the bullshit around here. Okay, so today's conversation is just that. It's a conversation. It is to remind people of what had happened. Oh, I don't know. Can you I might have to do a shout out because I don't know. Can people see? Do you still have visual to somebody who was once blind and now might be able to see or can see? Do you now have visual? Or because I might have to shout you out. I might have to shout you out, but good morning for coming in. All right, so here we are. Today's title, it's a WARship section, which means WARship means I will interact with the chat as need be. But I'm going to focus on something that's in the realm of lies and misinformation. And then I'm going to talk about consciousness of guilt. So first, let's define what is a lie. Because, we gotta do definitions around here so that people will understand how I mean the words. And what context I'm using the words in. I'm good. Yes, you can. All right. So Today, we're going to talk about some beautiful lies, and we're going to talk about a concept called consciousness of guilt. And beautiful lies will be geared at it never rains in Southern California. And consciousness of guilt will go for tis medium. Okay, so that there's no misunderstandings, and they can get their content together when they go make a video about me. Ladies and gentlemen, I contend that I do not do videos about other people. I do videos about things that have happened to me and my experience. And I have said it 1,000 times. If you are a character in my story and you don't like the way your character is depicted, you need to change the way your character functions in my story. And then I might just go back and change how I see your character, how I relay your character's actions to the people. That's it. That's everything. So we're going to start this story, Once Upon a Crime. Once Upon a Crime here on the YouTube, we engage some people called liars. La jora, mentirosa. I've been up here doing this for the past couple of weeks. I've been saying mentira, mentiroso. I've been putting it on the videos when the people have been telling lies on my thumbnails to really highlight a liar. So now you know when you see that word mentiroso is a liar. Okay, so as we talk about liar, it's be in or assume, well, that's lies. Wait a second. I'm going to have to look up. Hold up. A liar, a person who tells lies. I guess there's nothing else to say. A liar is a person that tells lies, and lies is misinformation or disinformation. And we know there's a difference between misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation is one has a stronger meaning than the other. So misinformation is false information that is spread regardless of whether there is intent to mislead. So that's misinformation. And disinformation is deliberately misleading or biased information, manipulated narratives or facts, propaganda. So for this episode of Mo Knows and the stuff that Beautiful Lies is about, it's about disinformation disseminated by no other but my number one fan in Southern California. And it is harmful, say the least, if you paid it any attention. So when I first met or came into the vision of the disinformation person, I met her character in the story, enters and is confused and is delusional. She's talking about what another woman should and should not do in her dating scene based on her standards. Now, we all have our own personal preferences, but just because you have a personal preference doesn't mean that everyone has to conform to your personal preference. You have a right to yours as well as people have a right to theirs. But in the disinformation category that she engages in, she only sees her life as the perfect example of what one should do and the guidelines by which one should follow. And that was prevalent yesterday in John Frank's video that I saw. It's like you are, and she didn't use the words, and I'm sure she had the language. It is called colorism. When you are dealing with light-skinned black issues versus dark-skinned black issues, it's called colorism. And no one but her understands that terminology because she practices it every time she strikes up a live about moi versus her. It's absolute colorism. I've identified it when she was licking my click up here, coming on my platform, loving me up, in my comments, loving me up. I knew this. And I call it false idols. So I saw her as a false idol as she engaged with me personally. But my first encounter with her, or becoming knowledgeable of her, was watching her relentlessly engage in aggravated harassment against anyone who doesn't agree with her thoughts on how one should be raised, the etiquette of a woman. I can't begrudge her right to believe that is how womanhood is supposed to be, and those are the standards that women should apply. I can say that I disagree with some of her theories and principles, and I would say I respectfully disagree with it. And I don't shun her the right to practice what she preaches. But it doesn't mean that in my life I want to engage, or I must engage in the behavior that she deems appropriate. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it comes from a position of a person, in my opinion, that believes that you should live by their standard. And anything that deviates from their standard is wrong. That is not an open-minded person. That is a self-centered, direct, this is it type of person. That is the worst person that you can try to have open communication with, because there isn't any. Their viewpoint is the final answer. So why would you argue with somebody with that type of personality? You do not. You simply do not. You just let them ramble off and you act like you don't hear them. They become like chatter in the wind. That's what you should do, and that's the best solution to someone like that, because there's no meeting of the minds with that person. Every time y'all engage on a platform with that same type of energy, because you guys like to call people energy, when you deal with that type of energy on your platform, it's counterproductive. You will see it babble back. Oh, I thought we just settled that. Oh, la, la, la. And then 5 minutes later, they'll strike up a live and renege on everything that they said. It is just tunnel vision all the way. So there's no points to be made with that person. There's no reasoning. There's no rationale. It's never going to come to a head. There's no medium ground that you can meet. You're either all for it or all against it. But there's no place in the middle. I found it very interesting when one said, I like the picture you made of me. I liked it. I think it's one of the most flattering pictures that I've seen of it since I've been here. And yes, I said of it because its spirit is ranker. And I've given y'all examples of why, in numerous times, why I don't want to fuck with this person. And we had a whole video where she came up, she spoke to me on my platform. I went back and looked at the material that she asked me to look at. I reviewed the material, knowing that I was going to review it dead on. What did she say? I'm not going to watch it. I don't care what she says about it. I don't care what her answer is. But I know, because you can't handle the truth. You're so engaged in disinformation that when some factual information is put out there, And it's your own wrong understandings of things that are put out there. You can't comprehend. You can't begin to comprehend. And I can't begin to make a person older than me understand what society is really made of. There's just some lost souls out here, and that just happens to be one for me. Now, here's the difference. I don't watch your channel at all because it doesn't bring me added pleasure. Nor would I watch a channel that every video or every post on their community wall is about me in the negative. So imagine going to watch somebody's stuff who's not giving you constructive criticism, but is showing envy, aggravated harassment, who's engaging in harassment that should be criminal. But because you're in the cyberspace and I don't live in your same jurisdiction, it is allowed harassment for now. Laws are changing. They're catching up with us. They are quickly changing. I can't stop you from making videos about me because you don't have anything to say on your platform if it's not about me. And that's a proven fact right now. Only because you can't even go live 2 or 3. You said I'd only go live like 2 or 3 times a week because I'm talking about her. And I'm giving it time to build up. If you had content, you could go live at your leisure and talk about your content. You wouldn't have to go live at my pleasure to talk about me. You gotta own your shit. You not owning your shit. You falling short. I hate to tell you, you're just falling short. And the rest of the people are watching you fall apart and they're just loving it because it becomes their content. They can call your unsober ass up and speak to you and make laughs for you about you for days. It becomes entertainment to the degree that you don't have self-discipline. And the reason why you don't have self-discipline, I'm here to say, alcoholism is a valid problem. And when you are an older women who have engaged in drinking for several years, the first sign is losing those brain cells up there. Rationale and stuff. It's playing tricks on you. It's like so fucking delusional. It ain't even funny to watch. It's actually pathetic. But it is your life, your style, you win. You can take that to the bottle. Red, red wine. You know that song? Anyway, I really wish I could sing because I would really have a good time up here if I could. Anyway, pardon me, didn't mean to break y'all eardrums with that one. But I don't really have much more to add to it other than I came up here and said I'm not anybody's side chick. And I was hoping that it would stop, right? Because I'm saying, ma'am, you can call me a side chick. You're eligible to call me a side chick when I have slept with your invisible man. Then you can call me a side chick. Since we don't know anything about you really having a man, you might be living vicariously through where my pussy has touched base in. So maybe you have adopted the men in my life, both present and deceased, as the men, the image of a man that you do not have. And that's why you think I'm a side chick. I have no fucking clue. But whatever it is, I'm saying you're not eligible to call me a side chick. And I stand on that. And that's my right to say it. Now, you have a right to disagree with what I said, but I can say it the same way you're over there saying whatever it is you want to say. I can be over here and say my opposing view of what you're saying. That's just the way things are. Sometimes you have to defend yourself against misinformation, and then other times you just have to be like, okay, what else is there? So the bottom line is, I made some statements that I will stand on till I dance in my grave. One, you lady came out here and said to another woman in one of your videos last year, late in December, I am going to get your husband, to this other lady, your husband, I'm going to get him some tight pussy. So I want to just break this down in slow increments. People that traffic other people's pussy is what I'm calling you based on that statement. Now, two things could happen. Either one, I lied about the statement and it's not true, and I'm attributing something to you falsely because that's my reasonable breakdown. Or two, you didn't understand how I got to trafficking and calling that your motto. Now you know. I don't think I could break it down any smaller than what I just did. You lady said, I'm going to get this woman's husband some tight pussy. Ergo, by most statements, making you a pussy trafficker. Now, you've got members of your family that engaged in, have been arrested for, or equated with sex trafficking minors. You know who those people are. So now I've extended it and said, wow, is that the family business? That's the question. Only you know the answer. That's it. That's the whole trafficking conversation. Had you not asserted that you would find somebody else's husband some tight pussy, I'd had nothing to say about you sex trafficking. I would have nothing to follow up about your whole family dynamic of sex trafficking. So you take it where you want to take it, but that's just how we're going to make it this morning. All right. I believe you're going to go wherever. You're going to say whatever you want to say about me. I don't have no control of it, and I'm not even trying to do that. But everyone that texted me yesterday, do you know what they said yesterday? The text messages I received yesterday all said, this is what they said. Why is she so obsessed with you? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. So I just left it alone. Anything I buy, anything I do, any man I screw, everything to her is something to talk about. That's why I dub her my number one fan in Southern California. Hey, fan, when you stop supporting me by putting me on your channel, speaking on me, then we can move on. It all goes by how you change what your character does in my story. Okay, moving on now to Smedium. Smedium. You're upset because you said, I gotta take a pause right here. And you are so lucky, sir, because I was ready to have sex with you this morning, but my stomach is not feeling good. Might be that time of the month. I didn't feel like doing all of that. I kind of felt like the single white female type stuff too when it comes down to that person. And I actually, so we can't move on because the comments are still coming in. I actually alluded to it when I was on the platform and she was, speaking and talking about how we were cool and this and that, and she thought that we could do some shows together. That email said nothing about us doing shows together that I could recall. But she was supposed to have put the email up. I don't know where she put it up at, but I don't recall that email talking about us having a girl-mance. I don't know. So at the end of the day, I need to get to this 10K situation. I don't know if it'll ever be a final. I don't know if the chapter will ever be closed for me on the 10,000 K situation, because again, it's another example of so I want to make a few things clear. I only know of one community, and it's called, y'all call it Motown Mo, right? I only know about the community that I am building here. I'm not concerned with 2022, and this was my change. I'm not concerned with other folks' community and what other folks' communities are doing. Period. If you don't know what your YouTube community is, it's when you are a channel holder and you have subscribers that are subscribed to you, following you. That is all your community. I am not in any of I'm not in It Never Rains in Southern California's community. I'm not subscribed to it. I'm not listening to it. I'm not nowhere to be found in it. This dude, Smedium, I'm not in his community. Although whichever communities he's building, if it's the bro channel, bro justice, whatever it is that he's doing that's counter me. I'm Mo Justice, he's Bro Justice, Bernard Bro Justice. Whatever's going on in folks' mind, and that's a reiteration, because it started out as a hate channel against somebody's sister. Then it transformed into whatever the fuck it was, Dirty Delete channel. And then from there, and that reminds me, It Never Rains in Southern California. You're so fucking obsessed with me that you took your monkey ass. Yeah, I'm gonna call you a monkey right now, because monkeys swing from trees to trees and y'all hang out in bushes, okay? So I gotta give you the definition, because you'll be making all this Black history stuff. So I'm gonna tell you, because y'all be like, I hang out in the bushes. So you're swinging from vine to vine into somebody else's community last week to try to tell the woman I spoke on her. I said, tell Dirty Delete to drop the video. Then the channel becomes bro. I'm thinking, because y'all in concert with each other. You thought you was going to start some fight with me? I stand on what I said in that video. And I stand on what I say all the time when it comes down to this cult-minded bullshit where people can't be independent thinkers. So you ain't do nothing but show your stupidity. You went over there in somebody else's room, got on their platform like you was some bully badass bitch. And you forgot to do what it was you was over there for, because you got called out on it. Where we do that at? Show me a channel lady where I went into the room and told somebody something about you so that they can argue with you. Nowhere. I told you to handle your business with the Robin Centers because they allegedly had some information on you and you've been deflecting all over the place. And I've been waiting for them to release it. I'm patiently waiting because something's going to happen and we're going to find out whatever they had about you. And yes, I'm going to laugh at it and move on because it's just going to be entertainment. I might miss it because I'm going to have to probably watch it in replay when somebody else plays it, like the Dirty Deleter, your new best friend. Okay, now I'm back to him because these two are interchangeable. Mr. Dirty Delete. Ain't that the Dirty Delete channel? Anyway, owned and operated by the same person. I can't with you. Okay, so here we go. When Alethea's case came to the internet, I learned of it from the Robin Centers. I cannot tell you where ground zero is for everybody else, how they learned of it. It doesn't negate what might be fact or fiction. But what I do know, when I heard of the story, I learned of it from the Robin Centers. So if somebody has a different account of where it began, if it began with Myron, in Myron's room, and then it spread over to the them, that could be true. But everyone is entitled, when you're listening to facts, just because I say I learned of this incident from here, that's my ground zero. If you heard of it from Myron and then it went to the Robin Centers platform, then that's you. And you're entitled to say, I heard it here, because I got to teach y'all how facts work. It doesn't negate the fact, me learning from the Robinsons, if it came from Myron. But what happens if it came from the Robinsons and then Myron repeated it, but because you don't watch the Robin Centers, you don't know? So at the end of the day, you can only tell the story from your advantage point, from your perspective, based on the timeline that you develop. When a person's putting the whole story together, they may now determine where it started at first. But where my ground zero in the story begins with the Robin Centers being on World News platform, aka No News is Good News with Gary Good News. Okay? So being on, and this is Once Upon a Crime. And again, the characters in this story all come out of this fictitious town called KJ, the cemetery. Okay? So these are the characters in the cemetery. At some point, they had a video and they stayed on the live for hours talking about Alethea being involved in a fraud, a con, whatever y'all, a scam, whatever language y'all use, a bromance. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so somebody might say they heard it from Yvonne's channel, if they only watch Yvonne's channel. But it doesn't make it the ground zero. It doesn't make it the starting point. It just makes it when that person found out about it. Things about Alethea's account of events have always remained the same. You can play whatever videos you want to play. Only certain folks, predictive programmers here, hey Smedium, like you, want to manipulate her account of the events to fit your narrative, consciousness of guilt. No one else is worried about the 10K in a long, long time. Why are you, sir, so consumed with it? The one part of the video I did see last year, when this whole thing broke out, or the year before last, because it wasn't even last year, it was the year before last. So we're talking about some shit that took place in 2020. When y'all was on P. Smith's panel in 2020, I heard Smedium say to P. Smith, I got some questions, P. Auntie P, I got the tea. That's all the people wanted to do ever since I actually helped her. A woman named Alethea came into some insurance money for an injury she sustained. She told her sometime January, February 2020, 2018. She was telling people this. Most of us got here in 2017, the end of 2017, with the arrival of the Kanika Jenkins murder. Accidental death, or whatever it's been classified as, the closed case. The case that the people that were in conjunction with many of our channels was supposed to be these crime stoppers. They can't stop crime. I done told them a million times, you're not the arbiter of justice. Y'all got a warped sense of humor when it comes down to what justice looks like and how to deal with justice. But nevertheless, she was eventually isolated from the rest of us. Okay, for whatever reason, she was up here telling folks, I am going to give your channel some money, give your channel some money. It is my opinion then, my opinion when I was removed from the engagement, and still my opinion to the day, that one of you thieves took her money that live in it, that reside in this town. Now, if the shoe fits, motherfucking lace it up and wear it. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we're back. Well, not really. All right, it's coming back. Okay. So anyway, let me see what the feed looks like. Okay. So Okay, so anyway, where I left off at is if the shoe fits, consciousness of guilt is just what it is. I can't change it. The thief comes from one of y'all. Period. End of story. And I will live on that until I die. It was too convenient. Now, do I know which one of y'all it was? Absolutely not. We went by the stories that y'all told. We went by the stories that y'all told on here. Not the stories that we made up. So I'm going to walk y'all through this event one more time. And hopefully this will be the last time for this Once Upon a Story. So I learned of this from watching the streams on No News is Good News with Gary Gnu, and the Robin Centers explaining how she got ripped off. I listened to hours and hours of story about how they had sent their daughter to the house in Arizona, that the money was sent to Arizona. The whole story played itself out here. But what prompted me to reach out to assist Alethea was, one, I lived in New Jersey, or I was in the New York area, New Jersey. I worked in New Jersey, so I was in the vicinity to help her. Number two, people were telling her at that time that she made a mistake and there was nothing she could do about it. She was out of her money. And I felt differently. And I went to the post office, my local post office. I asked some questions. And then I reached out to somebody, Nicola, to reach out to Alethea to tell her I'm offering her help. I made videos offering her help. Okay? I in the beginning did not believe the story. I'm not gonna kid nobody. I did not believe that somebody gave somebody $10,000. I was expecting to see $1,000. I wasn't expecting to see that $10,000 was given. Nevertheless, I went there. I met with her same day that I offered. I met with her. I saw her evidence. And it differentiated from the stories being told on the YouTube. I asked Alethea not to say anything else to the folks here until we can get to legal. And I took off. That was a weekend. I came back. I believe it was a Tuesday, and I took her to. I took her to retrace the steps. See, people forget about that. Because first I had to believe for myself. So I had to do what you people don't do. I had to physically go and investigate, not YouTube investigations and stuff like that. I physically went to the location, physically went to the different places, physically interviewed people, physically went to a police department where in a white neighborhood where they told us the language to use when we got back to the black neighborhood. And I went to that police station and I demanded that they take a report from her. Now, y'all know the story. Y'all know what y'all did that on the nights leading up to stuff that made the police not help Alethea initially. Y'all know what y'all all engaged in. I ain't got time to go down those roads. I know what I actually did. So I went down to the police department with her to make out the report. Subsequent to that, we went back to the police. Well, actually, Alethea went back and picked up the report. I read the report. It was not accurate based on what we told them. Things were mixed up around, whatever. So we went back into the precinct to correct the misreport. And the detective met with us and said, listen, that's not important. Whatever we come down to the bottom line, she said, but I want to manage your expectations. We're not looking for who done it. We're looking for the money being returned to her, making her whole. That's the justice. I came back and I told you people that. But you people still want to be looking into stuff yourself, reckless, putting up videos and shit. I was like, yo, why are y'all even doing this? If you know, I'm telling you, I went to the police department and made a report. So why would you keep, if they're investigating, and this is step one, this is my first thinking, they're investigating you motherfuckers. So I'm telling the people that I believe really ain't got nothing to do with it, don't put yourselves, don't self-inflict pain to yourself by putting yourself in it. Don't live vicariously in this storyline. And people took offense to it. I never understand why me telling other folks to mind their motherfucking business was a problem for folks up here. You didn't put in no legwork like I did. You didn't do what I was doing. You ain't send me no cash apps or no money to do this. I didn't make extensive videos about her story and display it on my channel. I talked about the things that I did, and that was it. Y'all made videos about her endlessly. Talk shows, this one, that. She was over here. She lied about this. She was on a campaign trying to defend herself when I didn't believe she needed to be defending herself against y'all, the thieves. Point blank. I still to this day believe that anybody who takes such a consorted interest in it might have had a vested interest in finding out where they were in the investigation. All of you motherfuckers have been a network together. It ain't never changed. I done put your names out there, and I'll do it again just to make sure that it's clear. World News, the Robinsoners, you, Smedium, was down with them, and your lady, P. Smith. All of y'all came together. I ain't never deviated from that storyline. You will remember, if you watched my channel from season 1, when I came under attack, it was P. Smith and World News together attacking me. I didn't even know who the fuck P. Smith was. Remember when P. Smith was apologizing to me before I even understood what she was apologizing for? It was because she had engaged in aggravated harassment on here of me. Don't act like y'all don't remember. That's how this shit went down. Then I had the Robinsons campaign when they was all in it from July. We in 2018, all right? I just want to keep y'all focused. 2018 is when whoever was trying to marry off Alethea. So, pass me by. Y'all all been together. And Huggy. Yes, do not forget Pampers was over there rolling with y'all, acting like he ain't never been down with no clicking. But he sure was a ticking. And I, you know what, really just felt like he bandwagoned onto them, or they bandwagoned onto him because of the Nikkei audio tape. But I have always clusterfucked y'all all together. Point blank and simple. Now, I might be, like I said, a little far-fetched giving y'all the fucking Pampers connection. But y'all know how it is, because he rocked with y'all too, that whole Memphis bullshit shit y'all had going on. Point blank, point everything. Now, you must admit, what is the likelihood that somebody would rip Alethea off, would fraud her out of $10,000? And see, key shit happened in that story. They wanted a wire transfer to Wells Fargo account, and the bank refused to do it. And the bank put a monkey wrench in it and told Alethea to go to the post office. The post office wasn't part of y'all plan, whoever y'all is. But what became clear, and maybe coincidences occur, but it's not that likely that the same people on the internet would have family members that live inside the area that went to the house. Like, y'all just told too much trying to be Crime Stoppers. And what did I come out here and say? I said, okay, y'all doing too much. Fall back. That is the same advice you would tell anybody going down the wrong road. You're doing too much. Fall back. That's about it. Now, what was discussed yesterday? Did Alethea send out an email Here you go. Consciousness of guilt, medium. Check yourself. Because, see, you think you so smart, but you ain't that smart up here, sir. Now, you want to tell us yesterday, you Googled Alethea's email address. Man, as your mouth was moving, my fingers was grooving over these keys. And I Googled it too. And I didn't see no Nigerian connection. So, Negro, you need to put up a receipt for that one. You're the one keeping it going. You need to put up a receipt for that one. You couldn't even remember what the email was. You know why? Because your mouth was moving when your ass should have been grooving. You were scared shitless when she hit that platform. You had all this big boy energy. You had big energy. That shit went when she hit that platform. We watched you. We watched you cave. You was about to get a helping from the big auntie? Fuck out of here, nigga. Eat your shit. Put up your receipt. Put up your receipt or go back into the fucking snail shell your ass been in for a couple of years now. Crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. I was like, and I'm not into this Google shit. I'm not an investigative reporter here, but I Googled it and it did not come up to that stuff. It came up to other things. And actually, Stronger Everyday's video alludes to what it turns up at. Social media accounts that she had, posts that she made. She's using the same fucking email since we met her. It ain't never changed. Put up your video where you're saying she gave you, because this is the bullshit. He said, she gave me a false address. That's what he said. She gave me a fake email address that ties to some Nigerian person. Okay, now let us use rationale, because you know this how this motherfucker rolls. So let's roll like him when he be talking to the people. Let's use rationale. Somebody sends you an email. How many of you are Googling an email? Oh, yeah. Yeah, when's the last time you Googled an email before you sent something to the email? Is that in your natural behavior around here? You Google emails? Who does that? These damn doxers around here. Why would you find the need to Google her email when she's reaching out to you to help her? Because she was that confident that you niggas was about your business around here. Let us go to John Frank's video, and that's how I'm going to end this shit. Because there's something else that was said there that just had my whole brain all the way fucked up. And it sounded like Alethea went up there because she had some issues with use medium that she was bringing to the light. And you tried to deflect on it. She talked about you mentioning making videos about her and talking about her daughter and shit. And she didn't appreciate it. But you tried to... You was flustered, nigga. We seen you flustered before when your shit don't make sense. You know how you sounded yesterday? Like Larry Rogers' shoes. Don't y'all fall for it? When he was like, I paid people to go up there. See, why I'm meeting him mad at me? Because I remind people that he came on here saying he had one objective, and it was Chosen King, because Chosen King put a cousin of his up inside of one of those videos when he was making videos about who killed Kanika. He said that Chosen put one of his family members on that shit. And that's why he was looking for revenge. He was gonna get that dude. That's what it was all about. That was the whole shit when he came here. Right? But I think he forgot that he told people he had a cousin that was supposed to have been put in the videos, blah, 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 blah. I'm probably one of the only people that remember that story. I don't know if it's true or false, but I know that's the story I heard when he came here. When I thought he was about his business. When it was funny watching him and say, oh, all right, look what he gonna do, what he gonna do. Shit just be crazy around here. Shit just be crazy. All right, hold up. Let me see where we at here. Okay, hold on a second. I can't hear it. That's weird because I always hear this. I don't think we did this since I separated the tracks. Hold on a second. So let me just go over it. Let me just go over here. That's how he said he got here, and that was his purpose. That's what he used to tell the people when he was sitting there hosting predictive programming sessions. He's the person that first heard me call him a predictive programmer, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not a predictive programmer." Yeah, you is. Yeah, you is. And I told you when I saw you doing it. It just hit me. Yeah. I remember when he was like, Mo need to get down with so and such and such. It was just crazy shit. All right, hold up. Let me just find. Um. Now this part I didn't really think this out too well, but let me see if I go. If I go here, hold on a second. Yesterday.
Hi, y'all. It's your boy John Frank, and today we coming at you with another edition of When Trying to Be Nice Goes Wrong, or No Favor Goes Unpunished, or one of those. You know what I'm saying? But look, let me just tell you the course of events for
Can
today.
y'all
Be the first day breakdown.
can y'all hear that? I don't know why I'm even asking. Hold up 1 minute. I know what I need to do. Don't tell me, bud. Um, hold on 1 second. What is this? This is something. Hold on a second. All right, that's number one. No, I know that. All right, hold up. So this must be an audio. That's so interesting. Hmm. That motherfucking girl. She's a fucking best. Okay. I hate when I have a meeting during worship. I don't care if the meeting pays the bills. I know that's a lie. That's a lie. All right, let's see if I got this going this time. I think I do. Let me press play. Y'all tell me.
right? So check me out. I'm a good guy working on my editing and see me beefing on YouTube, right? Boom. So when I first got this app, right, I was so excited because I was doing my editing. It was all cool. It was all fun. Staying out of trouble, yada yada. Outlet, right? What up, Mr. Warner? Yo, Mr. Warner, you know the picture that I made of Kelly? She just went live and tried to say that I'm racist. because I didn't make her as dark skinned as she wanted to be. Can you believe this shit? Like I try to do something nice, and this lady just. I
All
can't
right,
even tell
y'all.
you
It's
how
your
many
boy
times
John
one of my
Frank,
coworkers after she kicked me off,
and
man, somebody hit me up like, "Yo,
today
John,
we
you make
coming
Kelly
at you
look
with
like a
another
white lady."
edition of
I'm like, I
when
actually think
trying to
it's a
be
great
nice
picture
goes
of her,
wrong,
honestly. But
or
as I was
no
going through
favor
it,
goes
man,
unpunished, or one of those. You
I
know what I'm
just took
saying?
it all,
But look,
right?
let me just tell you the course of
And
events
I
for
went to
today.
go
Let's
look
give
at
you
the
the first
comments
day
and
breakdown,
everything, obviously,
right?
because he wrote,
So check me
"Why
out.
did you make Kelly look
I'm a
like a
good
white
guy
lady?"
working on my editing. Ain't
And
see me beefing on YouTube,
it's
right?
that kind of
Boom.
sense of humor that we have.
So
You know what I'm saying? It's
when I
funny.
first got this
But
app, right, I was so excited because I was
now
doing my editing. It was all cool, it was all
it's
fun,
history, man.
staying out of trouble,
And
yada yada, outlet,
she has a
right?
different color
What up, Mr. Warner?
than
Yo, Mr. Warner, you know the picture that I made of Kelly? She just went live and tried to say that I'm racist because I didn't make her as dark skinned as she wanted to
you know
be.
what I'm saying? Just
Can you believe this shit? Like I tried to do something nice, and this lady just I just heard about it now because I was just minding my business after she
All
kicked
right,
me off.
shout out to
So now
John
somebody
Frank's
hit me up like, "Yo,
video. Shout
she's
out to
pissed
Mo for
at the
getting his
picture,"
sound
and
down
I'm
pat.
like, "I actually think it's a great
Moving
picture of
on.
her,
Okay,
honestly." But
let
it's
us go
like I guess I
to.
was wrong. You know what I'm saying? My artistic eye shit is off, right? So Gears went over on my comments, and I'm thinking he's joking, obviously, because he wrote, "Why did you make Kelly look like a white lady?" And I'm thinking it's a joke because it's that kind of sense of humor that we have. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. So I put laughing emojis. And now I'm shaming black women on Black History Month because
A
I purposely
motherfucker
made her
who
skin
talks too
color
much is
lighter
gonna tell
than
somebody
the color
else
that
they
she
talk
wanted
too
it to be.
much. Yo,
Right?
you cannot make
Mind
this
you, I
shit
did
up
I
on this
did uni on the
on this
same app,
free app. You
and
can't
uni's
make
color
this shit
came out
up.
beautiful.
This that
You know
bullshit
what I'm
people
saying?
be on
Beautiful.
around here.
Now
You
that was
cannot
automatic.
make this shit up.
But in the beginning of the app, they don't really put the people's color
People gonna
on. Like
tell
they'll make
people
me extra white. So I have to put
shit
some
like
color
this.
on to tan myself out. You get me? So it automatically makes you lighter.
before you take
But I
any
didn't make you
pictures,
lighter on purpose. The app did.
all
You
I'm
get me? You
saying
could download the app yourself and try to
is
upload your own pictures and see how you come out. There's no trickery on my side. I just try to do something nice. And then once again it turned into a race based situation. So it's like I can't win. You know what I'm saying? Even when I try to do something nice. All I try to do is slow that lady roll. I passed her picture through an app because, I'm a nice guy. I didn't have a lot of pictures. I seen what pictures I had in my gallery. I ran a bunch of people's
Now this is
faces through the
Mr.
app to
Dirty
see which
Delete.
ones would come
He
out
don't know
good.
how to stop
Because I
that.
was
But
thinking
he be
about
doing
pursuing
all
this,
kinds of
right?
other shit. But he don't know how
So,
to stop
you
his
know,
fucked up sound.
I don't know why she thinks I'm doing it to target her, but 4 days ago I
Sometimes when
asked
I
for her
listen to shit,
email.
Karen's
So
voice be
today
in
she
my
thinks it's a
head.
distraction when 4 or 5
Who's
days
really
ago I put on my
operating these
wall, "Hey
accounts?
Kelly,
But
send your
anyway,
email so I can send you something." I thought she would have liked it. I thought it probably would have warmed her heart and got her to stop
let
acting
me
so
get to
evil.
this point
Because
right
in a sense, I
here.
do know her, right? So I thought that would make her chill, stop acting the way she acting, show her it's not that deep. Apparently that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Got baited into an argument. Then, Reckless, he's a Mo hater. So he just jumped in the chat. Like, whenever it's a I hate Mo situation, he gonna be there. So I know he probably watching right now. If he want to hit the link, he can come up here.
Okay,
Rec,
so
my
let
bad
us
for not
talk
telling you the
about it.
truth last
It
time you was
it
on my panel.
costing him
I didn't care
business.
to argue with
So
you.
his
I didn't
allegations,
want to
right,
tell you how
is
you really
that
sounded to me when you was telling me
because
your
of
side of the
his
story because
behavior
it was only
on
gonna
the
offend you
internet.
and make you feel less than.
Yo,
You get me? So I just
Speedy,
kept the shit
let
to
me try
myself.
to paint you a
Honest to God,
picture
I'm like, it's not even
that
worth it.
you can relate to. Maybe you didn't
And then
think about this.
honestly, you coming around my channel trying to be fake cool with me and shit, and that's all cool and shit. But it's like it is never gonna work.
When
You know what
people
I'm
want
saying?
to
Because it's
spend
like
their
you not
money
cool with Mo, I'm cool
redoing
with
their
Mo, and
homes,
I'm not cool
right?
with you.
Calling in
Now,
a
if there was
tile
a door
guy, right?
opening for you to
Somebody to
come
do
in,
their
it
floors, right?
wouldn't be with
What are
you
they doing?
beefing with Mo.
They're
You know what I'm
giving
saying?
somebody
Whether you do,
access
you don't, I don't
to
know. I
their
don't care.
home
You know what I'm saying?
to
I'm just being real
lay
with you.
tile
As long as
down
you
in
beefing with
their
her, you can never
home,
be
which
cool with
means
me
you're
like
going
that.
to be
You know what I'm
staying
saying? Like I
there.
keep it cordial with just about
Home.
anybody because it's not that deep.
You, sir,
But
are on the
you
internet
got it. You got something
violating
for her
other
that's just
people's
don't make sense to me.
privacy,
You know what I'm saying?
doxing
And I can't
and
get with that.
doing stuff.
Period. So when you come in Kelly's channel trying to comment on me, I reserve my comments on you, but I could, I could. It's just not gonna be what you think it is, and you're not gonna like the truth about it. You get me? So let's just leave that one alone, bro. Feel me? I see you try to play nice with me. I was playing nice with you back. Simple as that. But let's just call it what it is. If you don't like her, then it's not gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stay over there. But Kelly, hit the link real quick, cause you did some fuck shit. I actually did
That's
that shit thinking you was
interesting.
gonna like it, and the fact that you just spun it on some color shit, like first of all, Gears is joking. He was just making a joke. I don't even think it's more than what you think it is. And then the fact that you just spun
That's
it on
interesting.
race,
It
you know, we
stopped
need to
on
ask
my end.
ourselves,
Hold on.
why do you always bring it to color? Why do you always see color when it comes down to situations?
If you don't like
You
her,
get me?
then it's not gonna work out. You know what I'm saying?
That's the question we need to ask ourselves.
Hmm.
Why do you see color? Fam, you're a loser, period. I already told you the truth. You always in somebody's business like a bitch. Oh, you mad because I'm telling you
All
my
right.
truth now? Oh, I get it. Why don't you hit the link and just tell me your truth so you don't gotta type it?
All right. That's the shit that happens when you use other people's shit. Anyway, y'all get the gist of it, how the conversation was going. Let me just make sure it stopped now. I just deleted it. More to come when you learn in this OBS shit. Okay, so basically, if y'all if I'm a reasonable person and I'm looking for somebody to do work for me, medium, your own behavior on here, if your email that you allude to that you receive from the person is true, it has nothing to do with what somebody might have said to you. It has to do with your integrity. She's hiring you or he's hiring you to do a job in their home, and you can't be trusted. That's what costs you your work. How you do business on this internet. Your harassment. Do you think somebody is going to hire you to come inside their home? God forbid. We didn't even know you was a criminal until the Robinsoners brought it out. So you had a lot of reputational hurt out here in that time period. Now this is where we don't know if you lying or what, because I remember you telling us that you did some work for somebody here. So at the end of the day, I don't know what cost you actual work. But you got to look in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror and judge yourself and take accountability for yourself. Would you hire you seeing you on this internet? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I just had to have workers come inside my home to do the hot water tank and the boiler, right? You know the guy who did the assessment? I was looking at him shaky. But he came in to see what I needed. And I was like, this looks like a real And if he could have did it, then he would have did the job for a little bit of money. And I would have been on my way. But he couldn't do that job for me for a little bit of money. He had to call in some professionals. You know, so at the end of the day, Smedium, I'm sorry to say this to you, and I'm being Mo, the Mo who saved your channel, the Mo that had confidence in you initially to make you her first moderator on her channel. You remember that, Mo? Mo. Remember that bitch? Because sometimes I think you remember her. And you know I'm a down-ass girl, right? A down-ass chick. Remember her? She's telling you it's the way you conduct yourself that would not allow somebody who's reputable to hire you to do some work. You could do all the good work in the world when it comes down to when you like walked us through your McDonald's job. That I don't believe your firm got hired, but that's a whole nother story, right? When you walked us through your sites and you're so excited about the floors that you do and your job, the only thing that hurt your ability to make money is you. And it is the same thing when things go viral. A man in Connecticut went to a smoothie place. His son, he ordered some fucking peanut drink for his son. And he asked for no peanuts. Why would you order a peanut butter drink and then say no peanuts? But anyway, his son had a reaction that resulted in him going to the hospital. The man then went back to the smoothie place and acted a fucking muck in there. Do you know what it cost him, Smedium? It cost him his job. He was just in the smoothie place. His Merrill Lynch job said, yo, you can't, your business is not good here. Your persona, your attitude, your everything, you can't make no money here. Sir, you showed people that you harass people on this internet. That's what you've shown people. When you keep doing this and you say so eloquently, I still watch her. I still watch Mo. I'm still gonna watch Mo. You could stop watching me at any given moment. You keep saying, I'm doing this because she's getting away with something. That sounds like an obsession. I see all the things you're doing to me. And you know what I say every time you do something to me? Bitch, you should have let his ass, you should have never revived his ass. That's what you get for writing right into YouTube and saving his motherfucking channel. Mo, I could kiss you for this. Yeah, those false prophets that tell you how much they love you when they really don't. Negro, I know you're kind. I'm only angry with myself that I didn't identify you earlier. Had we been in the real street, as y'all was trying to talk to John Frank yesterday, you are the niggas I would keep walking past. You couldn't even whistle my motherfucking way. I'd probably have to have the goons remove you from my presence. But that was more a couple, decade ago. We would have never crossed paths. You guys are not made like the guys I know. Y'all not built like that. You want to sit up here and you talked mad crap yesterday talking about the peas. right? I know you ain't never been to the P's, but you can go in some apartments in the P's. They got ceramic tile floors. They got hardwood floors. They have redone housing. Because they there for life. They paying, well, at least back in the days, they were paying very little for rent. Now they pay market value or some kind of percentage of their income. Something they can afford. And yeah, they go in and they remodel the apartment. You don't have to worry about doing. It's that kind of work you would do, sloppy dude. Another thing John Frank was talking about yesterday, he was talking about businesses. If you had a business, nigga, you would have some insurance. And it wouldn't be so hard for you to understand that businesses have credit lines. That's what John Frank was talking to you about. He was talking about a credit line. But when you live hand to feet in your shit, you wouldn't know anything about a credit line. You wouldn't know nothing about a business. You are probably a side motherfucking chick with a dick on the floor plank world. I'm going to start a new series for you and your friends over there in Southern California, side chicks. Because right now, I'm the main bitch. And you two keep making content like y'all side chicking me. Like y'all the side chicks. And I'm going to treat you accordingly. I done told y'all not to fuck with me, but y'all continue to still fuck with me. I done told y'all I'm the baddest piece on this shit in this game. You don't understand it. I do only run Motown. I'm not concerned with anything else. When you come from Motown, you coming for Mo. And Mo is ready for you hoes any day of the week. You side hoes, I'm ready for y'all any day of the week. Any day of the week. It's your behavior that has you looked upon poorly. It's your consciousness of guilt where you can't even remove yourself enough to say, yo, what would a reasonable person get from this? Yeah, why am I still looking into this? I don't want to have no parts of this shit. Listen, about 2 weeks ago, I got a report, Smedium. You was over there in DC's chat late one night writing how you gonna sue me. Nigga, you been suing me as long as you been knowing me. I say come with it. Serve the papers, motherfucker. If you got a claim, serve it. I'd love you to do it. Yo, when people were looking for your ass, and I remember so clearly, when you took the Robinson's money in December and said your birthday was in December, they gave you money for December for your birthday. And we now know your birthday's in August. You came through here in August one year, the same year you was beefing with me. And I had to remind you that your birthday's supposed to be in December. Nigga, you lie so much, it ain't even funny. It wasn't until this year when people were trying to serve you with some shit that I came to the realization that Mr. Timothy got a birthday in August, which means the lie he told us in December when he took the money from the Robinsoners to buy his daughter a musical instrument, the $200 donut. Remember all of that when you niggas was all eating out of their ass? Ain't got nothing to do. When people ask, what's the history around here? People be forgetting how they've been manipulated by the powers that be. There is something about these people that is an anomaly. He said, Mo don't give a fuck about what I do. I found that consciousness of guilt. Mo don't give a fuck about what I do. So you need to mind your business, John Frank. Nigga, you making that seem like we writing scripts together. I'm not writing no script with you. Because the scripts turn on the script writers. Every shit you put out here done turned on you. Now I know there's a better man out here who got the evidence of the shit I'm saying. We'll see. I ain't asked nobody for it. Because, bro, we know you a liar. We known that since the time you got put on the platform talking that bitch shit. I don't call her a bitch, blah, 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 blah. And they called you out on calling me a bitch. You think that I am at that level to box with you. So you take it on. When I'm really not thinking about you, you are really right. You are really correct about that. Last thing I'm going to play for y'all. The last thing I'm going to play for y'all this morning, I'm going to leave out with this video. No, I'm going to send y'all to the link of the video. In John Frank's video yesterday, predictive programming. I'm just going to make y'all a video because I want y'all to hear how the predictive programming goes. Mo burnt your shit is what they was telling her. When we all saw me just throw shit in the garbage. I ain't burned nothing. It was no burning teddy bears, shower curtains, tower cards. No, it was none of that. I threw it in the garbage. Stuff I should have never took. But that didn't come before the breakup. That came after y'all made videos about moi. And y'all asked Alethea questions about things she gave me. And she made it appear like we was giving things on an equal basis. I never asked nobody for anything on here. She gave me things because it was her showing appreciation for my time. I accepted them on that knowledge, but they were not. You know what gets people mad around here? Karen says, I could have bought all the motherfucking gifts for myself on the exchange and still had money left over, right? I didn't need to be part of a gift exchange to get gifts. I could have bought myself those same gifts. You guys take that to heart because you can't do that. That's why you was up there begging the community for fucking gifts. I don't need no community beggars. I don't need no community pantry around here. I'm not asking anybody for anything. Nor was I asking Alethea for anything. I was trying to help her get back some things that were taken from her. One of the biggest things that I think what I saw yesterday that she was able to do was cuss you motherfuckers out and stand her ground. So I was very proud of that because to me that represented all the talks, all the reinforcement, all the shit that she don't have to take y'all bullshit no more. You saw her strength shining through. I was nowhere around y'all. Last year, and this is that jealousy coming out with your little camp over there. Last year, when the shit resurfaced, right? I brought Alethea over here just to say, I ain't got nothing. It's not on my heart no more. It's over with. That's it. Y'all folks then made a video to try to humiliate her because she was over here. You think if you tell me she said bad things about me when y'all was around her, that it's going to make or break me? No, I don't know. Throw me with your best shot. My integrity cannot be challenged because I know what I did and I knew what I stood for. And I know the type of person I am. That's why I can take on some things head first and call some things out head first. And I don't have a problem doing so. But nevertheless, I can't tell you people how to move. Y'all move crooked anyway, all the time. I just have to work on me being me. So I suggest y'all do you and allow me to do me, and it should get quieter. If you stay out of my community, we should have no problem because I am not in your community. So Gears made good questions up there. He asked, when are you going to stop watching the people? I've been stopped watching the people. I catch y'all in traffic when y'all be at mutual places. I didn't even waste my fingerprint yesterday to come up there and grace y'all with my appearance for bullshit. But I did what I do best. I listened. And what I heard was two disgruntled side chicks mad because they wasn't getting my full attention. Dear side chicks, this is all you get. Today's broadcast was brought to you by the M and the O. Mo, mo, mo. Oh, you gonna make me have to pin that one. Hold on a second.